Hello YouTube, Eric here. I'm going to show you a curb picked, got this one for free last year, 2020 during the lockdown. Curb picked 1991 Toro recycler with the commercial grade Suzuki, Japanese-Made Suzuki 2-cycle motor here. And actually we can see let me see if we can zoom in on what that. No, that's not the original sticker. I bought that at the dealer. The original sticker is not available anymore, and I'm not really feeling this one. It don't even fit. So I'm gonna have to swap that out. But yeah, she rusty, but she trusty. I believe this is the year one. I got a couple guys on YouTube that are asking for a video of this, and I know I'm not the only guy that nerds out on lawnmowers, so there's other guys on YouTube that nerd out on lawnmowers like me. Let me show you some nasty bits. Again, she rusty, but she trusty. That's the only rust on the machine. This is pretty much the only steel on the machine. And let me get you, there we go. For those that got to see them, there's the money shot. It's 91. I believe this is the first recycler ever made. And yes, it is cast aluminum, just like the super recyclers. But I don't believe they began calling them a super recycler until 93, I believe. And look, the kickers here, you see how they're just screwed in? You see the next deck, the 93s, I think, they have a little ridge right around each one of these nubs, and I believe the newer ones have one less kicker. You see I got a kicker up here on the front, got a kicker right here on the side, I got a kicker on this side, which I don't believe the newer ones have, and there is a kicker right there. I think the other screws under here, or maybe under there. It is the blade clutch model. I did have to replace the belt for the blade clutch, but also the brake itself. Let's get under here and show you what we're working with. Now, as you can see, the wheels, I cut today wet. I cut wet. I usually try to avoid that, but so it's the blade clutch one, as you can see, with the what do they call it? The anti-scalp disc in the middle. And you see it doesn't have that little wing thing on the blade, but I don't think any of the blade clutch ones do. And this blade, this is a new blade. I bought it right from the dealer. Part number for this blade that this machine takes is identical. It's the identical blade as the commercial grade. This is consumer free. I mean, you saw the plastic wheels. This is consumer grade. You can see that's my new blade clutch right there, or the blade brake, rather, part of the blade clutch. That's a $70 part just for that part right there. But yeah, okay, count the kickers. That's a kicker right there. That's the front kicker. This is the side kicker. That's the rear kicker. And that's the mulch plug kicker. Now, as far as I know, 93 up has one less kicker than this, and the current brand new ones only had 2 kickers, plus maybe the mulch plug one. So what I'm working with here, I don't know if this is better, but this is the best cutting machine I've ever used. But so this blade, yeah, I think I lost my train of thought there for a second. This blade is the exact part number as the commercial grade one with the blade clutch, which I guess I haven't seen that part number in a minute. I think it's the 22043. Same exact blade. And even the brand new, the $1,800, the brand new $1,800 commercial 21 Toros, they don't have that little wing thing on the middle either. Like the super recyclers advertise, they got that accelerator thing. I believe the 93 model this does have that, I think, and I kind of researched like trying to put that on here, but I'm seeing that a lot of the top end mowers don't have it, and this machine don't seem to need it. But oh yeah, I did. Transmission's working good. The only issue with the transmission right now is don't go into neutral. First, second, third work great. I love this transmission. My favorite transmission anymore. I did pull all the grease out of it and re-grease everything. Got it packed full of just I think it's like what, number 2 lithium, whatever the manual, the service manual recommends. That's what I got in there. And shifts a little bit better since I packed it full. I pulled all the old grease out and packed it with new grease last year, and then this year again I did top it back up. Got a little bit more in there. The commercial version has a little grease fitting up here, and it's got a roller bearing inside the transmission on the input shaft of the transmission, when this one's just got a ball bearing in there and it does not have the grease fitting. I would prefer that grease fitting. We do got the grease fittings on the wheels like all super recyclers, and you can see my wheels are tired, and I'll replace these eventually. But and yeah, I got the little zip tie thing going on here too. Replace these eventually, and there's a little bushing that's missing right there. That's why I had to zip tie it. There's supposed to be a little rubber thing that goes in there. It's $2-3, so almost all these parts are still available from Toro. The Mikuni carb that's in there, didn't really need to do anything to do that, other than I had to clean the and this is the first lawnmower I've ever had with that foam air filter since I was like 14 years old, like over 25 years ago. Green foam filter. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the green foam HGS Super Mega Flow that I had on my 1988 Mark III Toyota Supra Turbo. And then I also had a 92 Integra GSR with a 2001 spec Integra Type R motor in it back in the day. And I also had a HKS Super Mega Flow on that too. Actually, it was old school, super old school JDM 90s spec HKS Power Flow, they were called back in the day. But the filter was old and tired, and I replaced the filter element on that with the more current HKS Super Mega Flow. But this thing kind of reminds me of that, and I like having a foam air filter on there, man. You just wash it in soap. So yeah, here we go. We got the choke. I did run the machine about 5 hours ago, so it's not a true cold start. But I'll try to get you guys a start here to hear it run. Machine is 30 years old this year, and it starts at 1/2 of a pull. Now there's a chance I might have just flooded it, tipping it on its side, because I just had it way up. I'm working with, one hand on the camera. So in order to point out those kickers there, I tipped it a little farther than I would normally tip it. There's a chance the gas, I might have just flooded it, but we'll give it 2 primes, which is what I normally do. I'll give it a 1/2 a pull on the rope. It should start right up. Here's the 2 primes. Choke. Place foot here. So this works pretty good one-handed. But buckle up, guys. You're probably gonna get dizzy. She bad. Working with one hand. So let's talk about the cut. All right. There's my boat. And she bad too. But now, what are we working with here? Honda HRX 217, right? Now that's a good machine. That's damn near $700 right now at Home Depot. And that, you see how that's sitting outside right now? I don't have room for that in the shed. That's it's a good machine, but it cannot touch this machine. This machine, the cut of this machine blows that Honda HRX away in terms of mulching. Bagging, the Honda does pretty damn good. Chops, the clipping's a little smaller due to the dual stack blades. But I mean, this thing's got a big bag and it packs it full. Got the mulch plug in right now, but the Honda cannot touch this machine. The Honda's, it's sitting outside, man. That's a nice shiny Honda, clean Honda. This thing's rusty but trusty. But again, this is a bad machine, man. This it blows that Honda away. I don't believe that there's a mower on the market, even in the $1,000 range, that can touch this. But I believe this thing was $550 or $600 back in 1991. And if you go online and do a inflation calculator, that puts this machine in today's funny money, Federal Reserve debt notes, that puts this about $1,000 or more. And this machine, let me show you the handle. It's a little different. Most of these machines, you see the handle's not upright like that, because this was a recycler and it did not come with that bagging chute or the mulch plug or the bag. It was $550, $600, and you had to pay extra for that, like an extra $100, $150 or something for that chute right there, the mulch plug. Okay, and so the handle's upright like this, and you see most of them, the handle comes back more like this and then goes up. And my theory on that is the handle folds up. It's bent funny, so it will fold to stick it in the back of your vehicle. It will fold over this. But remember, this machine didn't come with this. This was an extra like $100, $100, $150 with the bag. Now you add that in, if this was $550 plus an extra $100, you were looking at today's funny money, Federal Reserve debt notes, adjusted for inflation, $1991, you were in for well over $1,000 for this machine. Oh yeah. Use a little paint marker just to make sure nobody straight gasses this thing. I'm the only one allowed to run this machine, but, you know, don't want no one blowing it up. Little paint marker on there, make sure. I've been running at 40 to 1, running Echo Red Armor. Clean this machine out. I have had the had this muffler off so I could check out the piston. There's just the tiniest little bit of scoring on here. I no longer have a compression tester. The last time I saw my compression tester was back when I was pushing my 1988 Honda CRX SI, which, for the record, I was modifying Honda CRXs before the very first Fast and Furious came out. Maybe I should have grabbed photos for that. I got photos that were printed of my Honda CRX SI next to my brother's Civic SI, and the photos were printed, I think, like the week before Fast and Furious, the first one, hit the theater. And that was my second Honda CRX SI. I bought my 85 back in 96. I mean, I got a thing for Japanese internal combustion engines, man. And this thing is bad motor. Like I said, I do not have the compression tester. It seems good, man. It does not bog out, no lack of power. I'm thinking we're probably in the 130 PSI range, maybe better. I've seen some of these motors on eBay. Some of them, like some dude just has one on there right now that's testing out at 145 PSI, and I think he wants like, I think it's like $450 or something he wants just for that damn motor. So I think that's about all I can think of right now. But anyways, about the handle though, advantage and disadvantage this handle, because we do have that bagging chute on there. this handle does not fold up over the mower, so it's not going to fit in the back of a vehicle very well. But like that other hand, but I like this handle a lot better because look how close I stand to the mower. And when you're working with like obstacles in the yard, standing close to the mower is maybe more dangerous. Newer mowers, they want you standing back a little farther so you're less likely to get a foot under the mower. But I'll be honest with you, I like standing closer to the mower, man. It's a little easier with getting around obstacles. That's just my thoughts. Questions, comments, feel free to leave them. Good day.